Hey, what's up at YouTubes? It's Michelle Alexandria coming at you with what I like to call a vlog. This is only my second time doing one of these, so bear with me. I'm a little awkward today because hey, I am not dressed. It's Sunday. These are my lazy Sunday clothes, and I'm still looking for a black hairdresser in the Orlando area to do my hair. So if you guys know of anyone, please send them my way. So anyway, I want to talk a few minutes about this whole Call of Duty Black Ops thing, where basically it's getting flooded with hate from the same people who've been hating on the franchise the entire year. And really, the point of this video isn't about that per se. It's about the fact that there's this myth going on around YouTube that kind of pisses me off, and the myth goes along these lines. If you get anything from a company, you are automatically biased. If you like something I don't, you are automatically biased and you're a sellout. Or I was watching this stupid ass video this morning from some guy who sounds like a British guy. I don't have his name, but I'll try to get his link and provide it in the description so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But this guy is a part of the problem. Basically, the guy seems salty that Activision didn't invite him somewhere. It essentially is what it boils down to. He hates Call of Duty, so therefore anyone who likes Call of Duty must be bought and paid for by Activision. So he does a 12-minute rant about how some of these Call of Duty channels apparently signed NDAs and were flown somewhere, and therefore they're automatically bought and paid for, not to be trusted. And keeps harping on the fact that they signed an NDA. Now, for those of you that don't know, an NDA stands for a non-disclosure agreement, and the whole point is a company like Activision or Sony or whatever, they will give you access to early review product. They will give you access to early review product, or in my instance, I watch a lot of screeners. And I get to watch a lot of screeners months before they actually hit the TV airways. I've seen so many fall TV pilots, it will blow your mind. But I'm not allowed to talk about them because I signed a non-disclosure agreement saying the company provides me access to this early material so that I can start thinking about how best to cover it in the fall and determine if this show over here is going to be something that I want to cover, or show B over here is something that maybe I want to do weekly recaps of. That's what an NDA is. It gives me access to this material so that I can watch it and ruminate on it and think about whether or not I want to view it. It's the same one with video games. A company like Activision will give you access to a beta that you're not allowed to talk about. Or if they fly you out somewhere, you have to sign an NDA. So I've been on several junkets, not for Activision, but film studio junkets and TV show junkets, and you have to sign an NDA because a lot of the stuff they show you, they show it to you 6 and 7 months early, and a lot of times it's just not ready for. It's not really ready for the general public to be seen. You're watching stuff that's very early in the process, very early in the production process. Like, for example, Sci-Fi Channel treats me really well. I get to watch all their screenings way earlier than when they hit the air. A lot of times the screenings I watch, it's green screen stuff. So, these are actors acting against the green screen. So I remember when I was watching Battlestar Galactica, one of the reasons why I never really properly got into that show is all the screeners that I watched for that show, it was so early in production that basically none of the special effects were done at all. So you're watching them walking down the corridors and you see the green screen. Sometimes you'll see the boom mic in the shot. But all of that's done so that you can get a sense of what the characters are, what the story is, what the plot is, but you're not basing your review on that material. Sometimes you're watching stuff that's fully done, but, it's just too early to talk about because, let's be honest, for someone like me, people don't come to me looking for my review to validate their opinion. Well, they do it to validate their own opinion, but they're not looking to me to make their opinion for them. There's a distinction. So I find that a lot of the times when I post a review on my site, and if I get it up there on a Thursday night or Friday or the day before it's officially released, and because that's when the embargo lifted, I still don't get a lot of traffic until Sunday after everyone's seen the movie, and then they can come and bitch at me about how my opinion is wrong and the tomato meter is correct and all this other BS. So that's what an NDA is for. An NDA, you sign an NDA so that you can get access to stuff, so you can actually properly prepare your stories ahead of time. That's all a non-disclosure agreement does. And the other thing is it makes it fair for everyone. So basically, it's you and maybe another 100 journalists in the entire country or world who may have access to this material. So you can actually still get your story out ahead of everyone else and still get credit for being first or exclusive. And then what happens when you do that, when you sign an NDA, is it means the guy from Collider or Huffington Post or something can't scoop me unless they're going to be assholes and break in an NDA. And I know journalists who actually do that sometimes, where they try to be edgy and show their audience how cool they are when they sign NDAs, and they just willy-nilly break them. That kind of pisses me off, because I try to be honest in everything I do in all my dealings with people. And I joke a lot about how in my videos where I say, hey, if you send me something, I'm going to review it. But that's actually true. What happens is, you send me something, I may not have reviewed it any otherwise. Like, I probably wouldn't have reviewed Call of Duty Black Ops this time, but Activision gave it to me. So I kind of did my impressions video. Does that mean I'm bought and paid for? No. Does that mean my opinion is slanted? No. All that means is because I have it, I'm a person of my word, I'm going to actually review it. I try to review everything that I get. So if I get a screener, even if I'm not interested in the movie or the TV show, I will watch it and I would try my damnedest to get the review. And sometimes I just run out of time and I can't review it. But most of the time, I would say 7 or 8 out of 10 times I will review everything that I watch. It's just that lately I haven't been watching much. And the problem is I can't get the screenings here in Florida because I want to get back to doing movie reviews, but I can't get the screenings here in Florida because they're so far away. And for some strange reason, studios don't screen movies here in Orlando all that often. And the problem is, by the time the movie comes out and I go see it on, at Saturday matinee, I have no interest in writing that review anymore, because by the time I get it written up and everything, it's Sunday or Monday, and at that point I'm like, well, what's the point of reviewing this movie? So I'm trying to get back into it. It's just kind of hard, and TV has just become such a time suck, because I swear I watched literally 15 pilots in the last week for the fall, and I'm currently going through a couple of TV series that have their complete seasons up for the fall that's coming out in the next couple of weeks. And I'm hoping to do some recaps of those, do some screenings of those. But again, this is just for you guys to start thinking a little more critically. If someone tells you that they are the only honest reviewer and that all these other people are bought and paid for, those are the people you got to watch out for. Those are the people who have an agenda. What they're telling you is, you can only trust me. You only need to watch me. Don't watch any of these other people, because they can't be trusted. Only I can be trusted. There's this one YouTuber who, and I know I've complained about other people doing this, where they talk about other YouTubers or other people and they don't mention their names, but I'm not going to mention any names. But there's this one YouTuber who I watch, and for a year, he spent the entire year bitching and moaning about all these other tech YouTubers and going through the names, like Marcus Brownie is sponsored, iJustine is sponsored, and all these big YouTubers, they get all their stuff for free, and I buy all my stuff, and I'm not sponsored, and you can only trust me. And it turned out the guy did a vlog a year later saying, oh, I can't do YouTube anymore. I just can't do it anymore because I lost my sponsors. And I'm sitting there going, wait, what? All this time you've been bitching about other YouTubers having sponsors, and you have sponsors, and you don't see the hypocrisy in this video at all. And to this very day, the guy still goes on and on and on about how he doesn't watch any other YouTuber because all those people are sponsored, therefore their opinions can't be trusted. Let me let you guys in on a little, and I'm sweating. I don't know how people can be like stars and sweat all the time. Let me take a drink of water. So let me give you guys a little insight into how this really works. The reason why the iJustines of the world and the Marcus Brownings of the world get sponsors and all the money and everything else is because they're credible. These are credible people who actually spent years building up their reputations, building up their connections and everything else. Do you really think they would sell their opinions for and sell their reputations for a video game or a game console? No, the reason why Microsoft or Sony or anyone else gives you anything is because they read your stuff, they trust your opinion. The minute you sell out and you're found out, your opinion goes down the drain, your reputation goes down the drain. That is why you people need to use common sense. These people, company A or like an LG, would not give someone an OLED TV if they have no idea, if they can't trust you, if you don't have a reputation, if you haven't already spent a lot of time and years building your reputation, building your audience base by being honest. LG would never give you an OLED TV. And the other thing about stuff like that is, especially with tech reviews, you gotta send the shit back anyway. So why do you think someone like a Marcus Brownie or iJustine or any of those people would sell their reputations to get gear in that they have to return anyway and risk everything they built? Use your common sense, people. And every time I see videos about this crap, it pisses me off to no end. And I actually lost a very good friend on Facebook, a very good real life friend who I would see at conventions and parties and events, and we would always hang out. He would be my party hangout buddy. We would laugh and joke. And last year, I went to WonderCon, and I went and I finally discovered him on Facebook. Believe it or not, last year, and I've been friends with the guy for like 7 years now, and I finally found him on Facebook, and we started Facebooking each other. So last year I went to WonderCon and had a really good time, and I called up a friend at Warner Brothers, and I was like, hey, can you get me a ticket to the Warner Brothers tour? It's a tour that I've been dying to go on for years, but I've never been able to work it out and all this other stuff. So this guy, he's like, sure. So he hooked me up with a ticket. The ticket was a $70 ticket. So I was in Anaheim, and the studio was like over 90 minutes away. So it isn't like, you know, it was close by, or it was like a really great trip. It was a fun tour, but it was only like a $70 ticket. and my friend, he started messaging me on Facebook telling me how he can't believe I did that and my integrity's in question now and all this other stuff. And I got into it with him because I was really pissed off about someone questioning my integrity all of a sudden just because I went on a studio tour. And then my friend kept talking about how you know, I must, you know, you don't want to give off the appearance of being bored and all this other stuff. And I was getting really pissed off because I'm like, I met you at a Sci-Fi Channel party. I met the guy at a party, at the Sci-Fi Channel party on the Sci-Fi Channel junket. And granted, Sci-Fi Channel never, I think they only paid for one of my junkets. Prior to that, I had to pay for everything out of my own pocket because Sci-Fi Channel was cheap. Anyway, so I met him on the Sci-Fi Channel junket, and I met him at numerous Sci-Fi Channel, NBC, and ABC parties and things of that nature, and he had to go out and tell me that, well, he paid for his own trips and everything, therefore it's okay. And I'm like, no, just because you paid for it doesn't mean you're not getting the same kind of access, that they're not kissing your ass, that they're not that you're not drinking their free beer, their free food, and everything else. Just because you paid to be there does not mean that all of a sudden you're going to be influence free, but I'm suddenly on the tape because I took a $70 ticket. I don't understand how that logic translates to people. So yeah, I spent years building up my reputation. I'm not going to throw that away just because Activision gave me a free beta code. And no one's claimed that for me because I don't have a large enough audience on YouTube for that. But I'm not going to throw away my integrity for a free beta code or a free Blu-ray or any of that stuff. Or if by some chance LG did send me an OLED TV, I wouldn't throw my reputation away just because they sent me an OLED TV that I have to return. That's the thing that people don't understand when they do these rant videos about other YouTubers. It's basically propaganda 101, and it's what fascists do, really, where they're like, and it's what Trump is doing right now, really. But I don't want to talk about any politics, so sorry. I'm not going to delete that comment out, but leave me alone. But basically, that's what people do. They tell their people, and they treat their people like sheep, where they tell you, don't trust any of these other people. You know, I'm not bought and paid for. I'm not sponsored. I buy all my stuff. Therefore, I'm honest, and I really despise it when people put in their YouTube headings, a real honest opinion. This is a legit, honest opinion, my personal opinion, as opposed to what? I mean, so all I'm encouraging is a little critical thinking, people. When you watch this stuff, watch it with a critical eye. Don't watch it with this whole like conspiracy eye that person A must be bought and paid for while my favorite YouTuber is not. That's just bullshit. It really is. Don't trust any YouTuber that tells you to trust someone else's integrity. Because when they do that, that just says a lot more about them than you. Or than the other person. That says that, hey, I may be influenced if I get a 4K UHD Blu-ray, therefore everyone must be potentially influenced. But those same people will tell you, oh, well, if company B gave me, let's go back to that other YouTuber I was talking about. Then, while they were complaining about all these other YouTubers being bought and paid for, while secretly they were being sponsored themselves, they also did another video where they were ragging on something, and then they were like, man, I can't believe iJustine and all these other YouTubers got this console and blah, 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 blah. If they had sent it to me, I would have been 100% honest about it. I would have been truthful about my experiences with it. But all these other YouTubers that did get it for free, they're not. So just think about stuff like that when you see all these hundreds of videos about Call of Duty and how it sucks and everyone who likes it must be Activision shills because they went on some junket and all this other stuff. And yes, Activision did invite me on a Call of Duty junket last year. I was all set to go on that junket. I was looking forward to it. But like I said in another video, I have no idea what I would even do at an esports junket. I mean, I don't know anything about it or anything, but I've been working with Activision for 10 years. But all they do is they give me games. They don't give me anything else. But this was my very first junket, and I thought it would be really cool. But I was actually hit by a fire truck the week before, and I ended up in the hospital like a week later. And so then I was just kind of like, you know what? I am not risking flying in my current state. So I told Activision the Thursday night before I was going to fly out that I just didn't feel comfortable flying in my current conditions, so I canceled. And I haven't been invited on another junket since. But I don't know if that's because I canceled or they can't trust me or whatever. Doesn't really matter. I would assume at some point in the near future I'll probably get invited to something else. But again, doesn't really matter. All I'm saying is stop questioning people's integrity. That's all. People spend years building up their reputations. They get where they are, and companies respect those people for a reason. A company like Sony would not get anything out of giving a TV to like Marcus Browning if he destroyed his reputation by kissing their ass. they give the TV to Marcus Browning because they know if he genuinely likes the TV, he's going to end up selling a couple of thousand of those TVs for them. And he's going to become a de facto pitchman for them that they don't have to pay. So that's why they give a TV to someone like a Marcus Browning or iJustine or any of these other big YouTubers, because those people built their reputations and earned their reputations and earned their subscribers. And a company like Sony or Activision sees that, and they're like, they want to be part of that. So they'll give them something. They'll give them product to review, and they'll give them product to review. Sometimes they keep it. Other times they have to return it. That's for the bigger YouTubers. For someone like me, if I got a TV, I would definitely have to return it. With the iJustines of the world, they probably don't have to return it. But by the same token, they probably don't need like 10 or 20 TVs. So I'm sure most of them more than likely do return their TVs, even if they didn't have to. But that's pretty much how the game works. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I may do more of these informal sweat-filled, clumsily dressed Michelle in the raw vlogs. I kind of like this format. It's easy. I could just riff off the top of my head about things that bug me, and without being toxic. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.